Day 2 in the sky. Day 3 planted trees. Day 4 sun moonsers. Day 5 birds and creatures. Day 6 human beings, domestic wild animals. Day 7 he rested. Good job. So hiyo ni chapter 1 ndio inaongelea hivyo. Tukaingia chapter God took the soil and made a man. Pigeni makofi. He took the soil and made a man. Okay? Nikawambia mchore. Yes? Let me have that book. Hii kitabu inakaa aje sasa? Wacha to take care of your book and you wipe your nose. What did we say? Harakisheni. Kwa sababu hamkuwa mmechora, mngekuwa mnachora mngekuwa mnajua hiyo order venye inaenda. And I told you God took the soil and created a man. That's why I told you to draw a soil and name it soil. Soil unaweka tu dot dot unaandika soil. And then from there you draw a man. This man kumbuka bado hana nini? Uhai. Okay? This man is not breathing. And that's why I told you to draw W down below after that man and label it nose, whereby God breathed life unto his nostrils and then he became alive. That is where he opened his eyes. Sindio? That is where he opened his eyes. And then I told you to draw what else? Garden. After garden, that's the beautiful garden that God created. And then trees. And then after trees, nikwambia hadi mchore nini? Fruits. There is a diagram that I told you to draw when we read in the book of Genesis chapter 2. Do you remember that diagram? Okay, God took a soil. The first diagram is soil and created Adam. The second diagram is Adam. And then Adam was not alive. And that's why I told you to draw nostrils. Because God breathed life into Adam's nostrils and then he became alive. The next diagram is Adam with his eyes open. From there, I told you something else. From there, I told you to draw what? A garden. The beautiful garden that God alitengenezea nani? Adam. And then from there, what? The trees. And then from there, the trees, nikakwambia waandike nini? Alipatiwa dominion. You remember the word dominion? Then after the trees, I told you to draw what? The fruits. Because there were fruits of the knowledge of good and evil. Draw that diagram again. You're not going to the next lesson until you draw that diagram. You see, tulikuwa kumbe hata mali Eva anatengenezwa, kumbe tujashika hii diagram. Kumbe. Hello? Saseni? Hatujashika diagram. I don't want to shout at all. And itakuja na nini? If you have a question, you ask me. Msikuja kwa last Sunday but one. We talked about creation of what? Creation of Adam and Eve. In the creation of Adam, angalia huko wewe utakuja ajibu hii swali. In the creation of Adam, there is a diagram that I told you to draw. What is the diagram? Do you remember? Unaijua in order? Do you know how it goes in order? What did I tell you to draw? Do you have your book with you? Aya, hiyo ni kitabu ya nani? Yako iko wapi kitabu? Aya. Hiyo diagram, unaikumbuka? Diagram in order. We're not going to the next step until you tell me the diagrams in order. Nyinyi ni kuchora mnachora? Mmemaliza? Nilisema ni heri usahau kuvaa viatu. Kiatu unaweza enda uvae. Ni heri ukuje mgutupu lakini umebeba kitabu. Because that is where you're documenting what you've learned. When you go, this is the time ukiwa free time, or you will revisit. Draw the soil. You do not have books. Draw the soil. You do not have books. Have you drawn soil? Black another page. Mpatie. If you do not come with a book, that means you know everything that we've learned and everything that we're about to learn. That's nimekuwa mkali. Hello? Don't nimekuwa mkali. Have you drawn? Kiboko sasa nitachukua. Have you drawn soil? Dots. Soil si mambo mingi, andika tu dots and name it soil. That is the first diagram that we've drawn in the book of Genesis chapter 2.